Everyone, it's Christian here, and we are in Ochopee, Florida. This is the site of the smallest post office in the nation. This is this little shack right here, and I'm not going to record it that much because there is someone working in there. So you basically slide the doors open for service and drop off your mail. This is Route 41, about 35 miles east of Naples and about 60 miles west of Miami, approximately. I wouldn't say those are exact numbers, but I also wanted to videotape. These are a bunch of Royals. There's a couple houses here on 41, and there's a native habitat of Royals right near the intersection of Route 29 and 41 in an area called Fakahatchee Strand, and we're about 8-10 miles away from there. But I didn't have time to drive into the Strand, but I did want to get a good video of these Royals. Are essentially growing wild, and if you can see, there's the main road is the only high point here, 41, and then on the sides here you just have swamp, and these Royals are all growing in very swampy conditions, and the way that they keep on propagating is the seeds are growing and basically almost submerged in water, and they germinate and they grow up and mature. And then so when you see a Royal planted out in a regular garden, those Royal seeds are rarely going to germinate because they don't get the water they normally would in habitat, the water that they're used to getting for germination. So I will also double check this video for the proper audio, because I know that my last couple of videos were pretty rough with the wind going over. So let's see how well this works out. But you can see these Royals, they're kind of curved all over the place. They've hit a few hurricanes, a few tropical storms. There's a little bit of a storm in the background there. This is a two-way road going east-west between Naples and Miami. It was the original Alligator Alley that connected the east with the west coast. And back in as late as the 70s, Naples was really just a small crossroads town, and now it's a huge snowbird destination with a lot of subdivisions and gated communities, and it really is kind of a shame because it's such a beautiful area, a lot of nice basically this encroach on the Everglades. So hopefully they'll control that, but my main reason for the vlog is just to show you these Royals here. There's an abandoned house. You can't see it from here, and I don't want to walk too far down this road here. It's the shoulder starts getting pretty small, but it's abandoned, and maybe it's for sale. You want to live in a nice tropical area of Florida, this is pretty much it. Without any neighbors. There's very few neighbors. Someone lives right over here, but this is an interesting. I love taking this road because it's not the interstate. You don't have to pay a toll. 2, it's more direct, and 3, there's more cool old Florida things to see and do on this road. There's a couple old bars that you never know when they're open, but when they're open, they're really hopping. It's like a lobster shack or a crab shack. I forget the name of it. It's a little bit down the road here. You can look it up on Tamiami Trail. It would be in the town of Copeland, technically, I believe. So from here on out, we're in the Big Cypress Reservation area. Big Cypress National Preserve area. You go about 20 or 30 miles down the road east here, you hit the Miccosukee Indian Reservation, and that area is a bunch of Indian villages alongside the road here. The only downside of this road is if you do break down, there isn't a mechanic shop for 50 miles at least, depending on where you are. So it is a little bit rough on this if you have, say, an older car. I wouldn't recommend it, especially at night. The mosquitoes are absolutely horrific. Where in 75, you're going to have a little more assistance. But this isn't an auto vlog. I mean, I would like to make it a little bit of a travel vlog because I do travel a lot throughout, especially the south part of the state. So these Royals were from the original Strand about 8 to 10 miles northwest of here, and you can see them going up Route 29, where it crosses 41. If you look on a map. Right there, and I will get a video of that as well. But I want to get one palm in habitat. I got palmettos and saw palmettos, Serenoa and sable palmettos in the vlog, and I want to try and get more native species in habitat. This is about as close as you'll get. I'm going to do another vlog with the one with the in Fakahatchee Strander right near it there on the road. There's a Panther Crossing area, so it's quite beautiful. But someone probably planted some of these, but they've been kind of left on their own. But they're actually doing pretty well here. They're quite old. You can tell they kind of, some of them get a little bit of a bottle shape there. It's called being ventricose, the trunk. So when they get those ventricose trunks, they can hold a lot of energy for a long period of time. And they can go without water during the drier season for longer periods, so they can handle it out here. And also, you can see there's plenty of palmettos to be had. And there's actually some strangler figs on there. It's a type of ficus. So let me get a little higher here. So yeah, those are that royal is actually in seed, and these are going to be as close to the habitat, the Roystonia elatas that are sold in the market. Roystonia regia is known as a Cuban Royal, and it's going to be a little bit, the difference between the two is really, it's not considered a separate species at the time, I mean right now, but at one time, elata is considered, it has a more wavy of a trunk, it has a thicker trunk, and it kind of goes, where a regia has a straight trunk. That's really visually the biggest, supposed to be the biggest difference between the two. But when you buy a Royal in Florida, it's just, they just call them Cuban or Florida Royals. They're going to be the same plant. As far as the trade is concerned, they might have hybridized with each other. So trying to collect both species, if you're trying to collect both species, you're best off going to habitat and collecting them, because the nursery trade is kind of watered down the purity of either one of the species together if they are to be separated at any time in the future by a botanist. So it's pretty humid out. It's about 95 degrees, and we are headed to Miami, where we'll have more vlogs. And here's a better view of, well, more full view of the post office. It's literally a shack where one person sits behind a counter and picks up packages and letters, and it's really neat. There's a drop-off area, and if you need help, you just slide the door open, and there's someone right there. It has air conditioning, power, and everything. But that's it. You can see it's smaller than my car. My car's the one on the left. So it's got power, and it's got the American flag flying. And this road is actually great for looking for alligators on the side of the road. At least the western third and the eastern third. The middle third has a lot of forest in it, and it's a little bit harder to find them, but they are there. They're just in hiding. They come out and sun on the rocks here, especially in the winter time, and they love it. There's a lot of them. I'm constantly looking behind my back to make sure, but there isn't really much water behind me. So just want to show you guys a little bit of habitat action. Let me kind of get a little close up there. You can see there the palms are, a lot of palms, and admittedly will not look that great in habitat compared to cultivation, because they're not getting all the nutrients that they would want or need, and all the consistent rainfall. And some of these look perfectly fine, but some look a little bit ratty. That's because no one's taking care of them. Only nature is, and that's how they grow here. And that's how tough they are. And they've gone through the hurricanes, so it gives you kind of a testament to just how tough they are. So anyway, I'm going to leave you guys there with that. And the next time you'll see me, I will be in Miami, and hopefully I can show you guys a few cool palm gardens or vlogs on some species. And I will see you guys next time.